Hello, my friends. Welcome back. I am your local art witch, and today we are going to be talking about the number 2 in tarot. Right now in front of me, I have my Modern Witch Tarot deck. It is my absolute favorite, so you'll probably be seeing this deck a lot. So I have one of the 2s from each of the suits. So from left to right, the 2 of Pentacles, the 2 of Cups, the 2 of Swords, and the 2 of Wands. What I like about these type of decks is the imagery. There are some decks where you'll only see, say, the swords or the cups or what have you. But with this type of deck, you actually see a character interacting, and looking at the pictures is going to majorly help. The number 2 is about balance. It's about choices. The elements kind of represent these balances or choices in different ways. We're going to start here with the Pentacles, and we're seeing this character balancing these Pentacles, and there's this infinity loop, really giving this picture of like just trying to balance. Pentacles, the earth element in general, is a very earthy, down-to-earth type of element. It's pretty reasonable, although it can be a little too concerned about monetary gains. Here, where it's earth energy and it's 2, what I would get from this is we are needing to balance our priorities with work, with managing our finances, possibly. Like there's a choice or a balance that we're trying to maintain. And depending on where you are, you're either managing it very well, or in your reversal, you're not managing it well and we need to reassess our priorities. Generally, a reversal of any card is basically the inversion of the energy when it is upright. So the 2 of Cups, we are sharing. Water is about emotion and relationships, and this coming together. Like these characters are on a shoreline, and it looks like they're about to trade cups possibly, and it's a good representation of that. This is a balance in the relationship, and once again, if it's upside down, then we are not balanced and we need to check in with that friend or that partner, your spouse, what have you, if we're seeing something like this, particularly if there are a lot of cups in your spread. Here we have the 2 of Swords, and in this card, and this is pretty true of the 2 of Swords in general, there is a character usually sitting, and they have these swords crossed across their chest, and they are blindfolded. Air, which is the swords, the air element is about thoughts, mental, things that are going on in your brain. And as we can see, the character is blindfolded. So in this, I can see 2 different ways. They are trying to be completely non-judgmental. They're trying not to take sides. This card often reminds me of the Justice card. And Justice is supposed to be blind. We're just supposed to look at the facts to decide the truth. But when we think about being blindfolded, we are purposely shutting off certain information that could be really beneficial to us. Swords kind of wants to resist this choice, and being blindfolded is helping them to just sort of stay out of it. But usually in the end, that doesn't benefit them. The 2 of Wands, this is pretty standard of a representation of the 2 of Wands. It is a character overlooking scenery, and they have these wands. 2 of Wands is about choices. Typically with fire energy, we are choosing between an adventure, something exciting, something daring, or choosing our security. Needing to make a decision either way, because doing nothing, staying stagnant, is eventually going to be a choice, as the doors don't stay open forever. Those are the 2s of each suit. Once again, choices, balance, and they express differently depending on what element they show up in. something that you want to look for in your spreads is, let's say you have a 4-card spread, just like so, and I was getting all of these. Obviously, some choices and balance need to happen in my life because of all these 2s. If you're seeing a lot of, say, one particular element, a number coming up over and over again, that is something that you want to be mindful of. I would look it up. With Google, it is super easy to look up little hints for numerology. I've shown this book before. This is my first book of shadows. I've been working on another one. They're very long. They take a long time to make because I do it kind of from scratch. And one thing I made sure to have in my book are to have little hints and tips about tarot. Okay, so I have these pages on tarot numerology. And so I have it numbered from ace to 10. Ones are always beginnings. That's when we start our numbers and we carry on through. It can be helpful if you're a writer or you're creative in that way. When you think of a story, for example, we start by meeting the people. There's so much potential. And then we continue on sort of this hero's journey. At the end of a cycle, we have completed the task. Here, I have these other associations. Like if I was to say, have 3 aces in a spread, I can be looking forward to, that's a signifier of wealth and success, assuming that all of the cards are upright and not upside down. Having these little hints and tips, writing them down physically has been a huge help in me trying to understand these associations so I can do better at reading my cards without having to access the little books that come with the decks. Those were the 2s, and I hope that was helpful. I have been your local art witch. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you all again next time. Bye-bye for now.